So the other day I was having a conversation with one of my clients and she was just talking about how difficult it feels to sit down and create content. She's an expert. She has tons of knowledge, skills, insight, and she's just struggling to take that, extract it and put it into a framework that can actually work. So I know this is a struggle that many of you have, and today I want to simplify this by showing you the 7 steps that I take with every single one of my videos, which has taken my channel from 0 to well over 20,000 subscribers in less than a year and completely blown up my business and completely changed my life. So if that sounds like the kind of video you want to be watching today, I'm going to take you behind the curtain and show you exactly what it is I've been doing. For you to create a video that works in this sort of way, you've got to be clear on 3 things. That's who you're speaking to, what the problem is, and what outcome you can offer. Because ultimately, what we want to be sitting down and speaking to one person. Everything that we do has got to be done in order to attract that person to that video, to get them to click, to get them to watch, to get them engaged, and then to maybe even become a client if you've got a business as well. So that is the 3 things that you need to be clear on. So if you haven't gotten clear on that now, then that is the first thing that you need to be doing. I speak to experts that want to take their knowledge and scale it through content to build a leveraged educational business. That's the person I'm speaking to. So this piece of content right now, that is who this is directed at. It may be speaking to some other people that aren't quite there yet, that haven't really discovered that that's what they want. But ultimately, the people that I speak to directly is that person, because that is what my offer is built for. That's what my offer is built to serve. So now I'm thinking about that one person. I'm thinking, okay, cool. How is it that I'm going to get them into my video? So here you can see a very simple structure. So I'm going to go through each one of these blocks and kind of show you the psychological experience that your viewer is going to have while moving through this process. So the first thing that we can see here is number 1, which is the thumbnail. So I'm not going to go in and try and talk to you about what a thumbnail is. We're past that. We're past that at this point. Everyone knows what a flipping thumbnail is. So I'm not going to get into the details about how to create a thumbnail and all that sort of shit. I just want to tell you about the job of the thumbnail. So the job of the thumbnail is the first signal to this one person. So you imagine that you got that one person that's having a little scroll. They're going through their feed. They don't even quite know what they're looking for at this point. They're just looking for something. It's just like, please, something, just jump out of me, stand out. I want to click on something. So your thumbnail has got to speak to the kind of person that you're trying to get to click. So your thumbnail needs to speak to that emotion. And now you think about that person when they're scrolling through their feed, they're going super fast. I know when I'm scrolling through my feed, I'm just like busting through that thing. I'm not really thinking too much about it. I'm looking for something that stands out. The thing that usually makes me stop is the thumbnail. And what you see on a thumbnail is the emotion. So again, when you look at my thumbnail, the reason that you clicked on this video is you saw something that was probably visually appealing. You saw a nice frame and very simple 2 to 3 words. Very simple. And the reason that I've done this in this way is because I'm speaking to the kind of person that would be connected to that. Obviously, I help people build up these types of scenes. So if I've got a thumbnail, which clearly shows a nice looking frame, a talking head YouTube setup, then the person that's looking to create a nice little YouTube setup is going to find kind of interesting. And you'll also find that there's nobody else inside of my specific niche that is doing thumbnails in the way in which I do. So my thumbnails are going to be different to everyone else. This is my approach. This is what makes my style different. So we've got to be thinking, how do we make our thumbnail different to the people that we're competing with? So if you're in a niche, there's going to be a lot of people that are making thumbnails, and that person that's scrolling through their feed, lots of their thumbnails are going to be showing up. So how do you make yours stand out? You make it unique to you. You make it unique compared to everything else that is out there. And the silly thing is, a lot of people, when they're creating content, what they do is they end up looking at everyone else in their niche, and they kind of see that there's a similar sort of style because everyone just copies each other and they just copy it. They go, oh, that works, I'll just copy that thing. But actually, if you do the opposite and make it unique, yours will stand out. So that's a nice little trick that you can do. So we've got to be thinking, okay, it's the first signal. We're trying to attract this one person, and it's got to be emotional. So the emotional aspect as well that I use is 2 to 3 words. It's got to be very simple. You don't have lots of words in there because, again, people are scrolling through it really, really fast. It's just going to be something easy to read and something that speaks to the emotion. Once you've got them to stop, the next thing they're going to do is they're going to have a little look down. They're going to look down just below the thumbnail, and they're going to look at title. So we all know what a title is. I'm going to tell you what a title is. We all understand the concept of a title, but the reason that the title has got to be so dialed in is because it's the second signal that that viewer is going to have when they're moving through that feed. Again, they're just banging through it as fast as they possibly can, trying to find something. So your title has got to be so compelling that that person clicks on your video compared to anybody else's. So the best way that you can do this, if you really want to get somebody to click, you got to be focusing on browse-based titles. And a browse-based title is something which is just, stops you in your tracks. It's not a search-based title. A search-based title is something where you're literally searching how to do something, how to build a YouTube channel, how to build a YouTube studio, how to make a thumbnail, how to make a title. It's very specific to the kind of things that people be searching. Browse-based is more emotion. It's more tension-based. It would be based on the symptom that your one person is experiencing right now. So the symptom that you would be experiencing that made you click on this video is that you're struggling to create videos and it's causing a lot of pain. It's causing a lot of tension. It's taking up all your time. You're getting really frustrated. You're getting all this. The symptom is time. It's frustration. It's like your videos aren't really working. There's all this kind of stuff. So the tension that my title speaks to has got to speak to that symptom. So you don't necessarily know what the problem is, but you're very, very aware of the symptom because it's something that you feel right now. So again, your title needs to speak very specifically to the tension that your video is aimed at. So if you're lucky enough to get people to actually click on the title and the thumbnail, then you're going to move on to where it gets real. So we move on to the number 3, which is the hook. So what is the hook doing? You probably watched a million hook videos. So I'm going to try and give you a slightly different spin on this. So the hook is related to the thumbnail and the title. People clicked on that title and they clicked on the video because you signal to them that you're going to help them resolve the tension that they're experiencing right now, this symptom. The hook has got to deepen that tension. So you got to speak even deeper to that tension that they're experiencing. So like, oh yes, this is exactly how I feel, because obviously you only have like 5 or 6 words in the title and a little image to try and do a lot of work that just gets a click. So then you got like 30 to 45 seconds just to lay out the reason why they're actually experiencing this. Not the reason, but the feeling, the symptom, like what it is that's going on right now for them in this moment that is making life so flippin' challenging. So we deepen the tension and we also orientate them. And when I say orientate them, let them know that they're in the right place. So again, like the kind of people that I speak to are experts. The people that I'm best going to serve are people that already have knowledge, insight, wisdom. They have all of this experience, and now they're looking to package that up into content and scale it and create these educational platforms. So that's how I orientate. I do that by letting people specifically know who it is that I'm speaking to. My videos, yes, can talk to other people, but these are the people that I'm most aiming at to orientate. So again, we hook, we deepen the tension, and we orientate. Once they've kind of gone like, shit, yeah, okay, cool, like still feeling this tension, still feeling this pain, the next most important thing that we need to do is we need to do the setup. And the setup is essentially like a little promise. You make a little promise right in the beginning where you say, cool, so you're feeling this tension, it sucks. But in this episode, in this moment, in this video, whatever it may be, I'm going to take you through a framework, a system. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to offer some value, which is going to resolve the symptom that that's made you click on the video in the first place. So you make a little promise. So they're like, okay, cool, this person's legit. They're real. They're making a little promise. I'm going to stick around. Once you've done that, you've basically got them into the video. So these are the 4 elements that are super important just to actually, signal, get them in, let them know, build the trust, let them know what it is that you're going to do. And once you've done that, you've built up the first layer of trust. So these sections, they all actually work together. We look at thumbnail, title, the hook. We could look at this as like one section. They all kind of work together. So, and when we nail that, when we get that right, the rest of the video actually becomes a lot more simple because you've convinced them. So, but it doesn't mean that that's where it just ends. Now you've got to do the actual job of the video. You've got to offer the value. And I think this is where a lot of people overcomplicate things. Okay. This is where you think that you have to do so much more than you need to. So the way I like to think about every single video, again, like I've been talking to here, it's one symptom. You're solving the pain from one symptom that your one person is experiencing. You're not trying to solve the bigger meta problem that they're experiencing. Like, again, I can't help somebody build a complete educational business through this one video, but I can resolve one symptom. That's all I'm aiming for here. And when we think about it in this way, every video is for one person that's got one symptom, and the video is aimed to create a micro transformation for that person, then that's all that you have to focus on within the value section. You don't need to be going down a million different roads, different branches, and all these different ideas. If you've got more than one symptom, more than one idea, more than one problem inside of a video, recognize it, strip it out, and make that another video. So just simplify the whole thing. So make it really, really simple. It makes your job a lot more simple, and it really helps you stay on track. Now, the key ingredient to this little section that I'm talking about is the actual delivery. So if you look at what it is I'm doing here, I'm just having a conversation. I've got no script. I've got no transcript. I've got no teleprompt. I've got none of that sort of stuff going on. I'm just speaking to you because I know who you are and I understand your symptom. I understand that pain. I understand the struggle. I work with a lot of people like you, so I see this problem come up a lot. So now all I'm doing is offering my knowledge, my insight, the wisdom that I've built up through the years of creating stories, creating content, all this kind of stuff. So I can just sit down and actually talk you through it. I don't need to read from a transcript to do this because I understand the subject. So the cool thing for those of you that are experts, you've already got all of this knowledge. So it's just about extracting that and putting it into a structure so that you can actually deliver it in a way that does offer the value that you're trying to do, and it's not getting caught up in complication. So like the other day, I was talking to one of my clients. She's flipping cool. She is a trauma-informed therapist, and she is so knowledgeable about what it is that she does. And then every single video that she makes is like a full-on essay. So she spends so much time, trying to come up with the idea and then like writing the whole thing out, and she makes it perfect. Puts all this effort into it, and then it still doesn't even get seen. And part of the reason that it's not getting seen is because it's kind of hard to actually focus on a video that has so many different pieces inside of it. So if you have too many ideas, too many conflicts, too many problems, it's difficult for the mind to actually stay on track. So the more you simplify it and you strip it down to first principles thinking, the easier it is for your one person to move through the story. So if you look at this video, the only thing that I'm focusing on now is this video structure. I'm bringing in some other elements, people that I've worked with, different stories, different things that all align with the value that I'm offering. But I'm sticking to one thing. I'm not talking about the millions of other things that I do inside of my system. I'm sticking to this one thing. So again, like the process that I like to follow is, getting clear on, okay, cool. What is the emotion? What is the intention? What is the hook? What is the setup? What is the value? And then we move into the next two stages. Once I've got that mapped up inside of my mind, again, like mapped up through a structure like this, I can literally just write it down very basically and have a little bit of a roadmap of where it is that I'm going. And then I can just deliver it as if I'm hanging out with you one-on-one, having a conversation, as if you are sat here right now, having a little cup of tea, having a coffee, whatever it may be. So this is a style that I like to approach. This means that I don't need to spend loads of time writing scripts. I don't need to spend loads of time thinking about it and getting stuck. And that way as well, my content isn't generic because I'm just speaking, because this is who I am. This is how I deliver. This is me. If you work with me, this is what you get. This is another element that is awesome about going off script. But essentially, that is how we're delivering the value aspect of it. So again, we're just speaking to the tension that we signaled in the thumbnail and the title. We're speaking to that tension that we deepened in the hook. We made that promise in step 4 where you said, in this video, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to take you through the 7 different steps to build a system, a video structure, which makes things simple. So this is what's happening right now during the value section. So once we deliver that value, we move on to the 6th stage, which is the takeaway. And the takeaway is really where that loop has been closed. You set up a promise, which is, again, I'm going to take you through a simple structure, simple system, so that you can sit down and create content without getting stuck and caught up and being the own bottleneck because you're making it too complicated. So that is essentially what my promise is. So the takeaway is now you actually have a very simple system, which is going to allow you to remove the script, Get rid of overcomplicating things and stick to one simple idea with one simple conflict and help that person resolve that one problem with every single video. You're an expert. You know what you're doing. You understand this shit. You don't need to make it complicated. So simplify. So the main takeaway here is to just simplify every single piece of content down to first principles. So that is what I would suggest that you would be doing right now moving forward. And then we move on to call to action. So the call to action is the 7th step, which is obviously we have now attracted our person into the video by calling them out through the thumbnail and the title. We've managed to get them through the hook and the setup. We've delivered the value. You're still here. You've got the value. You've got the takeaway. And now there is a micro call to action. So every single video has to have a call to action, which is essentially the next steps. The next steps can either be like, this is something that you can do next. So something that I could do is I could say something like, if you want, you can download this worksheet and you can fill it out for yourself and you can study it and have a look at it. Actually, that's what I'll do. I'll say, okay, cool. Let me know in the comments if you want the full structure. Just say something like full structure in the comments and I'll send you a link so that you can download this and then you can fill it out the next time that you make a video. That could be one call to action. And then a second call to action is the next step of how it is that that person could get closer to actually working with you. So if you are building a business, if you're an expert, you're building a business, every video needs to be building that business. It's an asset which is building the business. So you need to have a call to action that takes your one viewer off of the platform and takes them down a very simple process where you can actually grab their email. And that would be done through some kind of lead magnet. It could be like a masterclass. It could be a PDF. It could be a custom GPT. It could be a school community. And that's what mine is. I've got a free school community called The Really Real. If you haven't joined it yet, you can come find me inside of there. It's for people like you, experts that are looking to build a scalable educational business and using YouTube as the machine to drive it. If that sounds like you, I'll leave a link below. And that's what a call to action looks like. So that's it. I've just taken you through the exact process of how it is that I build up pretty much every single one of my videos. Sometimes I get more complex with the value aspect of it. I'll break this down and I'll make it a little bit more complex, a little bit more, just some more loops inside of there. But if you are struggling right now, this is the simplest way to make it work. And once you move through this, then you could advance up to another stage. But this is, from my perspective, the most basic way to think about it. So if you dig that one, if you like this video, if you like what we did here, then I'll leave a link to another video up here. You probably like that one too. And before you go, just let me know in the comments what you think about the structure, if it's helpful, and let me know what it is that you'd like me to do next time. All right, thanks for sticking around to the end. You're one of the few. You're one of the cool guys, gals that I absolutely love and make it all the way through. So thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you next time.